Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. We've got two fantastic guests on today. We have Ryane and Patrick, the founder of Pitchlane.io, which I saw for the first time on LinkedIn. Incredible software solution, but I'm gonna let the guys sort of talk through what it is, highlighting exactly what it does. Take it away, guys. What is Pitchlane?
Sure. First of all, thanks for inviting us onto the pods. What is Pitchlane? Ryan, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll take over for that. So Pitchlane is a software, it's a SaaS product that people who do cold outbound use to integrate personalized videos into their cold emails, cold LinkedIn DMs. But the thing that we do, which is kind of like our USP, is the fact that we help people to do it at scale. So previously you may have heard of video prospecting, which is a way of using video in your kind of outbound processes. The only real ways to do that at the moment are where you have to record each video manually using something like Loom or Vidyard, and that's something I've previously done, and has been super successful, but it's incredibly time.
It's long. Yeah. It is long. Yeah.
Any agency owners will know about like cold Loom outreach. And essentially, it's scaling that out so you can send thousands instead of like 10 a day.
So essentially, you're creating personalised mass outreach at scale. What is like the difference? Have you guys got any data around like if I'm sending a SEO video to any software founders watching about how to improve your website, what is the difference between what sort of rate of return are your customers getting as opposed to doing it manually? Or doing a generalized Loom video, which I do at the moment?
Yeah, so I'd say our customers kind of split into two categories. It's either they're recording the videos one by one each day, and they're making it like hyper personalized to each prospect. And with that approach, per video sent out, there's a better conversion, but when you're sending out 10 a day versus 1,000 or 100, because there's no limit, it doesn't really matter about the percentage conversion because the absolute number is so much higher.
Yeah, of course.
And then the other side of the coin is people who just aren't using video, aren't familiar. Maybe they've heard of it, but they're just like, that's way too time consuming. Or they've just not even like come across it. For them, we see... Obviously, we have a bias for hearing about the good results.
Yeah, of course.
To us with like, oh my god, like got great results.
Yeah.
But 2 to 3x is what I'd expect most people to come in and get. And we've had that with people who are, really at the forefront of cold email, who are running very lot like incentive operations.
Yeah.
And we've 3x their meeting book rate.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, isn't it? Yeah. How did the idea come about?
Yeah, so originally it was just me, and essentially I was doing cold Loom outreach, sending these Vidyards out. So Vidyard is like a competitor to Loom, it's the same thing. And I was sending these videos out, and they were just working, but super time consuming.
Yeah. Just glued to your computer the whole fucking day recording Looms.
And then if you're tired, if you're ill, the quality control is super difficult. And just realised that actually... you're saying so much of the same things over and over again, and what's important is getting the delivery right so that you can lead with the best step forward. So it's not about like being lazy of not wanting to record loads of videos. It's more that recording loads is not feasible from a quality control perspective. Yeah. So you can move forwards with that.
An example, anyone listening, head over to pitchlane.io and look at your sales video. Like it is so... I don't know how long it took you to sort of think what you were going to say and like script it. Or maybe you just went for it straight off the bat.
Yeah.
It's a few revisions to that one, I think.
Yeah, you were going through, giving feedback on them all. It's very like calculated and the pace is very. There's a lot of intent behind it. And if you imagine how long it takes to create something like that really gets the message across super well. Doing that at scale is impossible, right?
Yeah, to try and reproduce that like for hundreds of videos, and especially when you're tired, or if you're anything like me, you'll record it once, you'll be like, oh, but I messed up that word. Do it again, and that slows you down. It's not a scalable approach to doing it.
I've got into the world of VSLs. I did my first VSL the other week, And I think everything that I said 3 times, and I was like, let's just pick the best one because of exactly that. There's always a word that you like mess up a little bit, and especially like when you're running a SaaS business, you're not always speaking to people. So like you are just like using words at times can just like when you're switching between sales and just grind mode, it's
Yeah, 100%. And one way that people sometimes think about Pitchlane videos as like personalized short form VSLs. So VSLs are super powerful.
Yeah.
It's almost, one way of describing it would be it's the entire kind of sales argument of why someone should consider working with you. So it runs through social proof, your claim, how you get there, how to make sure they're not worried. And usually these, I don't know how long your one is, but they're usually like long form.
Mine was pretty short.
How long was it?
Mine was like 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
So not really. Ibrahim joked and he said, bro, that isn't a VSL. But like, it was my first step towards it.
It's definitely a short form VSL.
Yeah. You use it as a Pitchlane.
Just copy paste it into Pitchlane.
Yeah, but well, if you're wanting to make a longer one, there's a guy on Twitter called Stephen Trista.
Okay.
And he posts a lot of like really useful content on creating VSLs. And actually the one on the landing page I took a lot of inspiration from the structures that he posted.
Yeah, I might actually send it over to you guys if we can get some feedback for my software. Because it's just like going through that. But how did you guys meet? Like what was the journey there?
Yeah, so I'll talk about it from my perspective. So basically, I was just started like wanting to launch a software company with 0 money and no ability to code.
Yeah,
so
brilliant.
I was
Everything you need then.
All the roadblocks.
Yes, I was hitting a lot of roadblocks. I managed to pay someone on Fiverr like 250 quid to get me something that was just like.
I should point out that was not me.
Yeah.
That's how they met.
Because it was terrible. Like it worked, but it crashed.
Pitchlane, were they building Pitchlane or?
No, they built like just the back end, just like a thing on my computer so I could make videos for people.
Okay, yeah.
And one thing for people who are like looking for a SaaS, like I think the best way to do it at the start is build the back end and just you are the UI, like you're the user interface. People speak to you. That means you gather all the data on what they want. The also advice is don't cheap out. But to be fair, it gave me something to work with. So maybe like if you're going to do that, know that it's very short term. And I was kind of like sending videos out to people using this kind of software to make them, which was like super buggy. Like there were times where I promised someone like 1,000 videos and it made the videos one by one. So 1,000 videos was like, took ages. So I opened loads of like private servers, VPSs. And then I had to just sit there watching them. I put them all on my screen, waiting for one to crash. Just go in, restart it, restart it.
Yeah, just until you got to 1,000.
Yeah, and like literally like up to like 3 a.m. just like I was doing like CCTV, like. And so, but it was at the start. It was still super exciting, and then Alex Berman, a guy who posts a lot about like cold email, he was hosting an event on LinkedIn, and I scraped everyone who said they were attending the event, wrote a message being like, saw you're also attending this event. Looks like we're both interested in like up and coming, like we're both interested in being at the forefront of sales techniques. Let's stay in touch.
Yeah.
Every single person who replied in the first like 4 days was unqualified, people with just no willingness to pay. And I hovered my mouse over the cancel button because I was like, I don't even want to look at these responses.
Yeah.
And then I just thought, I've got no other campaign to run, and with LinkedIn, you can only send like a certain amount.
Yeah.
A day. So I always go for the approach of like max out the amount each day.
Of course, yeah.
And then I didn't, and then a few days later, Patrick answered.
So you were the other side of the outreach.
So I was on the other side of the outreach. That's how it happened. So no, at the time I was actually already running my own SaaS.
Oh, cool.
So I wasn't in the video space at all at that point, but I was definitely more in like the cold outreach.
Yeah.
So my SaaS it's called Efficient, and it was like an automation tool for the German version of LinkedIn, which is called Zing.
Yeah.
So they've got, so there's the two big like professional network platforms in
yeah.
Germany. So I, through a long sequence of events, ended up in Berlin and building this product with my ex's company, actually.
Okay.
And ended up, like, we built this automation tool out. It was used by a bunch of German recruitment companies. It got me to ramen profitability, paid my bills. But I was obviously looking for different things, ways to make it scale. This thing comes along, and initially my thought was, this is a great integration to add to it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They would love this thing. Like, no one's doing video. Maybe on LinkedIn, some people were starting to do it at the time, but it was unheard of. Like, it sort of tended to lag behind the sort of more English-speaking markets by a couple of years.
Yeah.
So this is great. This will just accelerate things. Got to speaking. I thought this was like a fully fledged SaaS product in the back. Like, let's do an integration. And Ryan's like, oh yeah, I just want to manage your expectations of like what this thing is. When we start talking and we start sort of saying, okay, there's definitely complementary skill sets here. This guy's very good at sales. I've got the coding experience. My background's in software development.
Yeah.
And obviously starts telling me about the fact that he's got to check these videos and keep these 10 virtual servers open. I'm like, okay, we can do something here.
Yeah.
And very quickly we go from that into more of a partnership. Which obviously builds over time. But
yeah, I think it's fair to say we like hit it off pretty quickly. And I think kind of kindred spirits in a way that Patrick started a SaaS for specifically German-speaking countries, German-speaking people. Patrick doesn't speak German.
Kein Deutsch.
It's pretty ballsy.
Yeah, I've obviously started a software company and I can't code.
Yeah.
But we were both like very honest about, look, we're both trying to do something.
Yeah, I like it.
Promise the world.
I like it, yeah.
Like, mine is literally just a pile of shit on my computer.
And mine is me trying to speak to people in a language that is not their first language. And,
Yeah. And
I love that.
Yeah, and then like Patrick, we kind of get on the phone. Patrick, initially we kind of agreed Patrick would like build it, and I would Patrick would build it, and then I would just sell it, and that there would be Patrick would just do maintenance, and that would be
it.
Which never really happens.
Don't do that, folks.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
We'll get on to this, but SaaS is not passive.
SaaS
income.
is never finished.
Yeah, but like, we can hold out.
We'll definitely cover that.
Bite the tongue.
We'll definitely,
Yeah. So where were we? Oh yeah. So, and then just so in and around that time, one of my friends who I'd told about like kind of what I was trying to do sent me Pitchlane.io, the website. I had a look, and then I had a look at the software. I made an account, and I was like, "Whoa! Like, this is exactly what I wanted my company to be." And at the time, it was called Swada. Quick tip: don't choose a name that people can't pronounce or spell.
So don't choose a name based on a Greek god.
Yeah, I just googled God of Persuasion, picked the first one. I was like, see, easy. But yeah, made it, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. But it was very clear that the founders had moved on. Like, there were links on the website. There was, you couldn't even, like, Stripe wasn't even integrated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, they'd kind of built 80% of it, and...
Yeah, they'd built something that worked.
Yeah.
And then they'd kind of, I think they'd then gone and done other projects. Kind of, I think, split up, gone in different directions, and then gotten raised venture funding for different projects.
That's pretty ballsy then, like picking up something that someone had left off as well, especially when you see so much promise in it, and you're in the back of your head like, shit, what did they see?
I messaged the guy. I tried to get in contact with him, couldn't get in contact, and I just messaged the guy being like, look, should I not start this business? Do you know something I don't? And he was kind of just like, no. Like, it's just, these are the kind of things that have happened. Admittedly, we did also then sell me the business. Maybe he got me.
Do you know what's quite interesting about those guys is they were definitely on a similar journey, because one of their other projects was a Zing automation tool. They were very much aligned with
Doppelgangers.
Yeah, and it was one of these ones that they just didn't market it at all. There's no way to find it, but they like sold it privately or something.
I think that's because it was actually quite a similar position with my SaaS business. I saw people asking about it in forums, whether there was an SEO plugin for Squarespace. And then I saw loads of people slagging off this other company where they built one. From my understanding of outreach to them, I've probably done like 20 outreach. That's probably why my emails are going to spam, because I've outreached to these guys so many times to buy the domain. And they were slagging them off. It was a one-off purchase. And what I gather happened, it was a one-off. They then couldn't finance it because, as we're going to touch upon in a second, SaaS is never done. But you sit there the whole time thinking, what do they know that I don't? But you guys ended up buying the business, and the rest is history.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what they knew that we didn't kind of turned out to be just their personal situation.
Okay,
Like, they'd raise venture funding.
Yeah, there's only so much time in the day, and I think they were saying, look, we're going to dedicate it into the new thing. We've got investors. Let's go with it.
Yeah, I think none of them were like properly salespeople.
Yeah.
So I think they'd kind of just lost interest in it.
Yeah.
So, and again, like the stars aligned really well. There's a lot of like horror stories about acquiring online, so really be careful, especially if you're not technical and you're looking to acquire a SaaS. Really, like, I would just say don't do it personally. Like from my experience, so many of the things that you helped with, I wouldn't have even thought of. Just stop me in my tracks.
I think for what it's worth, like it obviously depends on the price point of the acquisition, but look at it as if you had to pay for a consultation with someone, that's going to be a cost, but it'll save you in the long run if you buy something that's a pile of shit.
Yeah, of course.
Just see it as you wouldn't buy a house without doing
having a check, structural check, which is like your code base. You haven't written the code base, right?
Yeah.
So like you don't know if they've done what's it called, like the notes throughout the code.
Comments.
Shows the comment. Shows that little like the comments throughout the code base. So like you haven't. Not only is it getting the code to where you want it to be, understanding where it is.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, some of the challenges you face.
Yeah. And then obviously, if you're not a technical founder, like knowing if I give this to someone who is technical, are they going to have an easy time of it? Are they going to be able to work with it? Or are they just basically going to have to rewrite it anyway?
Yeah, okay.
Because sometimes you get into that sort of
situation.
So if you don't know, if you need to pay for a consultation with someone, pay for a consultation with someone.
Get it done,
Do your structural survey. Don't buy a house that's fallen to bricks.
And someone technical. Technical. But I wanted to go back, like why SaaS? You said you wanted to get into SaaS. You're already in SaaS.
Yeah.
Why SaaS in the first place?
Do you want to answer you first? I think because it's like sexy. It's like it's like this model everyone loves. It's like make money whilst you sleep. Super high exits.
Yeah.
Very glamorized.
For me, it was because I would say I'd given it a go. I wouldn't say I gave it a proper go, but I gave like a web development agency a go.
Okay, yeah.
And hated it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I do want to build something that's a SaaS where it's not my time being traded for money directly.
Yeah.
It's just indirectly pulling at the same amount of time. But decoupling that so that you can get the...
Yeah, and I know how you feel. Like I did my, like with my coach, we're like doing a different way of planning June. And I planned out what I want to achieve for my SaaS, and I planned out what I want for my agency. 50% of the agency stuff was service delivery.
Yeah.
Like just get just stuff you've got to get done. And then for the SaaS, it's everything that's moving the needle because you do no delivery. Well, maybe yours is delivering away like the code, the equivalent in SaaS.
Yeah,
I'd say for Pitchlane we do quite a bit of like onboarding.
Okay, yeah.
To like show people how to use Pitchlane, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
In a more typical SaaS, the fulfillment is the technology.
Yeah.
And it's running for you.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And I guess that maybe this is incorrect, but is that a choice? Like the onboard, because I signed up the other day, book a email, like ask me questions. That I'm guessing that's a choice because you want to speak to customers, you want to see how they're using it. Yeah. How do you approach that?
Definitely something at the start. We've gone really heavy on like a call funnel, whether that's sales calls, product development, like insights, but doesn't scale.
Yeah.
No,
I think that's definitely a whole topic we can talk about. How we're sort of, I would say with the upper tiers of Pitchlane, we're kind of positioned somewhere between an agency service and a SaaS.
Yeah.
Where we're doing like campaign copy, we're doing video scripts.
Yeah, you review the copy and
so like an employee doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's somewhat between we're offering people what we would do as an agency for more of the SaaS pricing. It's just a bit higher.
I understand, yeah. But I guess it helps you bootstrap it, right?
Helps
so
you
you
bootstrap
fund it,
it.
you're funding it, and it's funding the growth. So
Exactly.
yeah.
100%.
It's definitely, I think it was definitely the right move to get us to here, but it's definitely something we're looking at.
I think, you do things that don't scale to get yourself off the ground, but obviously they don't scale.
Yeah, I understand.
So you need to like make that transition, and that transition, I think the quickest way to do it is by hiring someone that you trust to do the things that don't scale.
Yeah.
But that's not, again, scalable.
That's not scalable.
Expensive, yeah.
So and you need to switch to like systems. I think a really good method is like content, just pushing content, showing people how to use it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think it's just increasing top of funnel through means that are scalable as well.
Yeah, I understand.
Everything almost needs to get reviewed.
Yeah. I in my software launch video, because I did mine in 2 steps, launched to beta, there was like a 200 business waiting list. I offered an onboarding call to every single customer. Bear in mind, my software starts from $10 a month.
Yeah.
And like my agency friends were saying, why are you jumping on a call with them? And it's like, well, because it's exactly what you said, doing things that don't scale. Because to achieve that scale, you want that first core group of like 100 customers that you understand their pain points, that you're able to like really understand what the goals are, and they're champions, right? Because
early adopters.
Yeah, I've got people now that do the marketing for me. Someone will ask, like, what's the best SEO tool on Squarespace? Every single time, one of my customers will comment SEO space.
Yeah, and that's what you
want
to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important topic for if you're just starting out, you should really like think about what your situation is when it comes to cash flow, because the amount of effort you would have put on to those people spending £10 a month, if you were just getting them as agency clients, they'd probably be spending maybe $1,000 or
$2,000.
Yeah.
And SEO as well, like the customer lifetime value would be so big.
Yeah.
So it's really worth considering, okay, like, can you afford to be spending that much time on people who aren't spending that much per...
Yeah.
Can you afford to do it short term just to get things going?
Yeah.
And then do you have a plan to transition out of it?
Yeah, so the plan to transition out is definitely something that we've learned and if you're working with a co-founder remotely, that kind of transitioning period, you have to be in person.
Okay.
To work out.
Interesting.
To do it, in my opinion.
Why is that? I don't have a co-founder, so it's all...
I think because if you're just like forced to be in the same room with someone, you just cover more ground. I don't know how to put it otherwise. Like
you're talking about like pretty touchy subjects of like, obviously we need to like when you're reevaluating everything, you really need to see and understand where the other person stands on these topics.
Yeah.
You get that through body language. You get that through tone of voice. You get that through when ideas that come up when you're having dinner.
Yeah. Or ideas at the sauna.
Yeah. Those ones aren't always great, but sometimes they're at either end of the spectrum.
Or when you're completely drunk at 4 a.m. in Bangkok and you go, oh, we should do that. Writes it down, misspelled.
It's either like mental clarity or it's like, the opposite. But having lived with my co-founder before, for my previous software business, it's one of the best fucking feelings in the world, right? That feeling when you're like, shit, we're onto something.
Yeah.
Push it on.
I don't think you don't have that with agencies, I don't think, because you're not at like the cutting edge of something most of the time. Software, a lot of what you're venturing into is new space, trying something new. So
that's true.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know, but I can see why it's easier, because with a software you're literally bringing something to the market which hasn't been done before. I think
hasn't been done in that specific
way,
at least.
Yeah.
I think that's actually one of the other things with SaaS which is really interesting. So much of it is about education, and you don't just give someone a tool.
No.
You have to give them a manual. You have to give them examples. You need to give them everything they need to succeed.
Yeah.
And you just need to do it in ways that are reproducible without work on your end. So content, starter packs, all of that stuff.
Guides.
Yeah.
Every single kind of like educational content that you can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like obviously it's a bit of a ball ache when you put a lot of effort into creating these guides, and then like someone will steal it or whatever. But people pay to be at the forefront.
Yeah.
So as long as you're constantly churning out the best of the best, people would rather pay than lag behind.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
who's copying you, and also the people who are more like price sensitive, like you don't want them anyway. They're the ones hitting up Intercom with just like bullshit requests.
They're the ones charging back on Stripe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We've not had any.
We've not had any, but like that's because we don't charge at those prices.
Yeah.
You've also got to be like, you put out all those guides, and you've also got to be ready that people still aren't going to watch them, and are going to message you a question that was in the first video to watch.
Yeah, exactly. And then you link them the video, and you don't explain it in the chat. That's the other thing. It's if you've made the content, that's what you're giving them.
Yeah, we're like Assport's done by a community at the moment because we want to be close to people.
That's a really good way of doing it.
That's a good topic as well. It's like communities in general as a
super powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good for us, and maybe it's good for you guys as well, because like when it's social proof as well, right? When someone comes to our site, we've got the plugin, audit tool, community, and service. So it's just like you do everything, which I guess you've got like the top level, a little bit of an agency offering, like hand holding.
It is community. There is a very strong argument for it because it produces content on its own. It's a support mechanism on its own.
It's where I get all like their testimonials from, the little snippets that are put in emails and stuff. They're just screenshots from the community.
That's good. I think for us, the worry with community was like competitors can come in and scrape your entire customer list.
Yeah, I use circle.so, so it's closed.
Is it like a closed group? Okay.
Fucking hope so. I'm gonna have to check now, aren't I?
If it's Slack, then it's great.
Slack they can. Yeah, we don't use Slack. We use
I guess Circle. Yeah, I guess if it's a community group, they can protect against it, but they can still message
people. They can still pay. Like they could pay to get in, right?
They could pay to get in. I'll look into it because I think it's a good point. We're lucky that there's less. There's not as. This year there's definitely going to be a competitor, someone that's just going to copy it. It's inevitable. Yeah. But like we're in an interesting way. Yeah. That would be like the ultimate plot twist, wouldn't it? That would be the ultimate plot twist.
Into SEO, guys.
Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Everyone hates SEO.
It'll be gone in a few years anyway. AI's coming, right?
Yeah, fucking hell, that's another one. Oh, well, in terms of like, let's stay on SaaS for now, guys. In terms of SaaS, like what you spoke about, some of the challenges that you were discussing before. You spoke about SaaS is being glorified a lot at the moment as like passive income, high exit multiples. Like, what are the downsides of SaaS that you guys are experiencing? What are some of the challenges you're facing on a day-by-day basis?
It's definitely not get rich quick, which I think it's kind of sold to people as in some way.
Yeah.
It's get rich slow and steady and over the long term. But as obviously we all know, there's a cash flow problem from day one with a SaaS. You need to spend to get it working at the beginning.
You front load it.
You front load it and you've got no revenue coming in to cover that. The hope is that then that initial cost gets sort of spread out over the next year. Get it back. But it's that's why it's so attractive for VCs, it's why it's so attractive for funding, is that
it's so well suited.
It makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
So especially if you're going to do it bootstrapped, which we are big proponents of, and I personally wouldn't do the VC route at this point in my life.
Yeah.
But it is something to be aware of, like what's your leverage that you've got at the beginning that's going to help you to offset that cost.
Why don't you want to do the VC route, out of curiosity?
I think it would compromise why I run my own business.
Yeah.
First of all, it's my business. I don't want to be working for someone else. Like, if I wanted a boss, I'd get a job.
Yeah, I think for me it's like it's a boss by proxy. It's just you end up sort of with someone saying, "Oh, why are you taking a day off today?" Or why?
Just fuck off.
Why are you in Bali? Why are you in Thailand?
Why are you in Bali? Why are you doing that? Why are you in London grinding it out? Like, no, I'm in Bali grinding it out.
Yeah. I had so I got into SaaS through a educational program in South Wales, and after you finish the program, if you're successful, you get offered funding. We got offered funding, and it was so we got offered 290k seed funding. Guess how much of the business they wanted for 290?
How much?
30%.
Have a guess.
I'm gonna go 30.
60.
60.
60. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, also, like, investors have just like maybe angel investors I count separately, but investors in general have such a bad rep. They're like no founder likes their investors.
Yeah.
And if you can, don't. Like, I think also at the start, for me, a lot of what you do, you want to be plugged into everything. Like, especially as a commercial co-founder, you need to know exactly what's going on. And if you don't know something, like for example, I don't know anything about ads, I think it's you don't do it until you like work out the growth channels you need.
Agreed.
You plug in, you need to be like almost like at one with the market, like getting the feedback, translating it to someone else, or like translating yourself into code. And if you detach yourself from that because you're getting employees in, not only are you not getting that direct feedback, you're not feeling that you might not have product market fit because your revenue, it's always revenue will go up later. Whereas now it's like, if someone has an issue that means they're going to churn, I'm like, no, we build it immediately, and then later down the line, more people come in because they've got this feature.
Yeah.
It snowballs from there.
Yeah, it's exactly what I've done, because it's like you need to have a feeling for it as much as because customers will give you a load of feedback, but you're not necessarily listening exactly to what they say. You take what they say, apply it to your strategy, apply it to what 20 other customers that have said, build a feature. And Brian Chesky, Airbnb co-founder, he was saying like during COVID, he moved into that position as well, where he was like, everything comes through me. He makes the final decision on everything, and the whole company is off the same hymn sheet.
Yeah.
And that's what you're able to do. That's what I'm able to do because it's a small business. Yeah. Everything goes in the direction because you feel everything.
Yeah. You need to be plugged in for sure. You need to sort of understand and be in the mind of your customer. Otherwise,
I think there's also something else which is like super important. It's not what your customer says they want. Yeah. It's what is actually influencing their buying and churning. That's the only thing that matters. And maybe their inclination to refer people to you.
It's the Henry Ford quote, right? It's, if I'd asked people what they would have wanted, they would have said a faster horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if your software's a very new thing. People don't understand it. Like, they don't really...
No.
The penny hasn't dropped. Like, we see some people use Pitchlane and they still get good results, but they're using it to like half its potential.
Yeah.
And because of the way they're using it, they're asking for features that if I didn't know exactly how they should be using it and the context of what they're doing, I would think, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, given what they're doing, build this feature. But actually, it's like, no, we don't build this feature. We just tell them to use it differently.
Yeah.
And being able to make judgment calls like that is super important at the start. And you can't delegate that.
Yeah.
Because the only people who are capable of doing that are people who will not be an employee. They're going to run their own business.
Yeah. See, we're in a tricky point at the moment. Like, we're putting in a ticketing system for bug. Everything at the moment's come through the community and by email. But yeah, we're doing it like where, like, even when they do it there's still going to be a link at the bottom. Like, still having problems, just book a call with us. Yeah. So we're like, automate most of it, but those that want to book a call, then we still got the touch point. Yeah.
And I think people booking a call isn't like 100%, but if someone takes time out of their day, it means they care.
Yeah.
That's a good filter.
Yeah.
Well. It's not the be all and end all, because you still end up with people who just book and just sit there and just talk. But it's, in general, I'd say it's a good filter.
Yeah. Like, we're in a lucky position. Like, there's 50 customers that we could probably jump on a call with in the next week, and that's where you want to be, like harness that. And I think that's on the funding point. That's why you don't want to have a VC as well, because you're the people that's putting in that hard graft, like that are on those 11 p.m. call. Well, this morning I was 4 a.m. I was on a webinar with people in the US. If you're going to do that, you don't want some fucking old guy that's like got a load of money, equity in your business, that's not putting that graft in.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
exactly.
Who are you working for? You or someone else?
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing wrong with VC taking VC money. Like, I think especially
if you want to go down that road, but know what you're getting into is the thing.
Like, yeah, because I think it's definitely the kind of thing that is presented as this like amazing thing. Like, you can go quicker, faster.
And it's true. There's probably some business model, like some businesses, where you probably can't do it without
100%.
VC.
Yeah, like fintech, you're gonna need funding.
You're gonna need lots of money, and you're gonna need the right connections there anyway. Even with just lots of money, it's probably not going to be enough.
Yeah, you can like post a tweet and get more customers than spending like 10 grand on ads.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And I think also like if you're looking to like disrupt a market.
Yeah.
like,
Anything to do with hardware, anything to do with fintech.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Anything like that requires over a couple of developers is don't bootstrap it.
Yeah, and and if it's like a super big market.
Yeah.
What would you say are like the three, for someone watching this that wants to get into SaaS, what are the three things that you'd recommend them?
I would say I wouldn't think about it as getting into SaaS. I would think about it as first, find a problem that people are willing to pay you to solve.
Yeah.
And once you can solve that problem, scale it with technology so you don't have to do it. Technology can solve the problem for them. And rather than just jumping straight into SaaS, that's the way I would look at it, because before you spend a lot on developing a software product, you know people will pay you if you do. And whilst you're fixing it for them, you have so much insight into how to build the product.
Yeah.
I would say, try and see if you can do what you're thinking of as an agency first, or as some kind of service that you provide first, even if it's small scale, to validate that it works before you spend time effing around with code and trying to tinker around and try and build something. The second thing is, there's this kind of trope that goes around that's, the idea doesn't matter, it's just the execution. Wrong.
Yeah.
Execution's really important, but if you execute on an idea that you know at the beginning is going to limit you, you've shot yourself in the foot.
Massively, yeah.
I'm just thinking of like, for Efficient, for my previous SaaS, it's like, it had a fairly limited total addressable market. And I knew this. I said, okay, I'm comfortable with that. But you spend so much time you put into it, and you think, okay, if I'd thought a little bit more about where does this lead me? There's platform risk, there's other things. Idea matters.
Yeah.
It's worthless if you don't do anything with it, so do something.
Yeah.
But think about it as well.
Yeah. The thing that I would add to that is like, whatever you decide on, just get something out there quickly. So whether it is that service before you add technology, even if it's the technology when you've been doing the service, like give yourself like a 6-week deadline to just get some sort of tech out there.
Yeah.
Especially with the power of no code at the moment, you can spin things out really quick. Otherwise, you're just spending, it's never perfect, as we know. SaaS is never ever perfect. So you may as well get something out there that's shit, learn and improve, build on top of it.
And I'll also say, kind of on what Patrick was saying, I wouldn't necessarily say you have to run it as like an agency, but more build the bit that fixes the problem, and you can be the user interface. So they tell you what they want. So for example, if it's something to do with the lead lists, you just get them to email you the lead lists, and then you plug it into the system yourself. You don't need them to be able to upload it themselves without you being there, because at that stage you're trying to get feedback. You don't want to detach yourself at that point from, from like the actual fulfillment.
Yeah.
I think with the phrasing it as an agency as well, like if you do get it to the point where it's a little bit further than just kind of concierge MVP, the agency thing will give you cash flow because people will pay more for a service than they will.
Yeah.
and you can use that cash flow to say, okay, I need to hire someone, or I need to spend on this software or that software.
Yeah.
And you can then, gives you some leverage to build if you don't have startup capital or investors.
Yeah, that's what I recommend. It's like either interview customers in an industry you're interested in to identify the problem, mirror them, shadow them to build it out, or start an agency. I'm going to ask you just to like close up now. Each of you, like, what is your favorite moment from Pitchlane, and then what is your like worst moment? The absolute worst and the absolute best, looking back on. How long have you been running it now?
9-10 months.
Pitchlane, 10 months.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty similar.
I would say for the best moment, and I'll have a think about, I'll come back to the worst one, but for the best one, I would say is the acquisition.
Yeah,
so when we bought Pitchlane off of the guys, so the story with that one was, it sort of came up, and we were kind of like, okay, at the time we were questioning, should we do it? Should we acquire it? At the time it was a lot of money, which I had, and I was like, my finger over the button before transferring it. I was like, oh, shit, am I going to do this?
Yeah.
But it's that kind of moment where you go, okay, it's a calculated risk, but I need to be optimistic about the outcome.
Yeah.
There's a million one ways it can go wrong, but it can also go really right.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it. If nothing else, you learn. And it's like growth unlocks from that moment.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'd say that was the best.
Yeah.
And it's only really gone up since there.
Yeah, fair.
I'll come back to the worst.
Yeah. I'd say also one thing on that is, because I didn't really have any money at the time, I couldn't really front anything. Patrick put down the money.
Patrick was a sugar daddy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And also very impulsively, because it was, I think, 2.5 weeks after our first ever Zoom call. So we...
Shit.
Later than that.
Was it like a month?
It was like a month, yeah.
Yeah, a month after our first ever Zoom call.
Well, this was part of what was going through my mind, is like, why am I doing this? This random guy I just met off the internet. It's
amazing salesman.
I'm just like funding this business. But it was the right decision.
Yeah.
So you don't look back.
Yeah, so I'd say my best moment, I think like the first thought that kind of came to my head was like when we kind of got the product and then just like instantly started getting like customers, and we were like putting in screenshots every day of just hitting numbers that would take us like a week. We then do in a day, and then we do that for the whole week, and then the next one we do that, and it just kept growing, and we're just sending screenshots in. Like there'd just be times where like I'd just have like ChargeBee or like Stripe open and just like look at the number and just be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I think probably like the best for me, what I really like is like when I think the first ever time someone messaged in our chat bot that they got like amazing results, and it was the first time I'd not spoken to the customer, so they just signed up, used it, got amazing results, and I didn't even know about it.
You didn't know who they were.
Yeah. Until they messaged, and they were like, guys, like, I booked a meeting within 4 minutes of launching a campaign. Like, this is insane. Like, I've, like made loads of money. Like, my business has never been this good. And it was just like, what?
Yeah,
like, this is crazy.
Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, and like feelings like that. I think when you're just walking around your day, you get a Slack notification like that we've had like a high ticket sale. We're like, what?
You're like, nice.
Yeah. Sick. So I think that's really cool. But I'd say that's probably the best moment.
Yeah.
So you ready for the worst? Or
I think I've got, well, it's not the worst. I'll call it a low point.
Okay.
I think the low point would be so shortly after we acquire the company and we get this influx of people start loving it, they come on, we get lots and lots and lots of traffic and lots of people rendering videos all at the same time. And of course, you start off with something that's an MVP, you start off with something that works for a small scale. Yeah. And then you get traction, you get product market fit, and the thing starts breaking. The thing starts breaking.
They break a lot at the start.
So there's a time about November time when my day was just come in, 35 messages on intercom, everyone's got a different bug, go through, fix,
Yeah.
and just the slog of that. But I guess it's not a low point in the sense of the business, because we sort of take that and you learn from it and you rebuild the system and you make it scalable. So now it's like we have no issues with it. Now it could take 10, 20 times the number of customers we've got.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah. Well, soon. And it will continue to scale. But just that whole period of time where you're like, okay, I need to be on this, and we kind of know we're letting people down, and we need to. It's crunch time.
Yeah.
So high pressure. I wouldn't say it's like the worst point, but definitely the most high pressure time.
It's more like the feeling that it's like it's game time now.
Yeah.
This is when you fucking get your head down and just
people are going to cancel their subscriptions if this doesn't work. So let's go.
Yeah,
it was really let's go.
I
think that period. I think, and just for like when you're like the commercial co-founder in those situations, it's difficult because like you're just powerless, and like you don't really. There's no point in you like complaining or anything, because obviously your other co-founder is trying to fix it. It's just an unprecedented scenario. Yeah. And like, but it's also just like great, like just like angry people. I'm like, there's nothing you can do about it, but it's communicating back to them very quickly, explaining the situation, being very honest. I found people just really respect that. Like, look, I appreciate, you've signed up and, you've not been able to make your videos today. I appreciate it's so annoying. Like, this is obviously not what I want. I'll extend your subscription by the time.
Give you some more credits.
Yeah, but I will make up for it. And people appreciate honesty. So like customer service is like a really big way to like get ahead in SaaS. I'd say for me, probably the worst point for me was about maybe like this year in around like February. I was in Sydney, where the time zone was like +11 or +12 something. And it was just like trying to take calls with the US and the UK is just completely
impossible,
unfeasible, because you get like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. in Sydney is like the end of Pacific time in the US, so you can get some sales calls in there, and then like 9 p.m. to like, or no, 10 p.m. to like 12 p.m. or 10 p.m. onwards, the UK day starts. So I was having days where I'd like block calls there and there, like, but like 12 hours apart, and it just like, it was just taking it out of me. Like I wasn't performing. I was staying like quite a far out bit of Sydney, go all the way into a co-working, and it wouldn't turn up. So now like there's a fucking 8-point nurture sequence.
I'm the same, yeah. The text, the emails,
everything.
That explains it now.
And it was just like just banging your head against the wall.
It
was kind of getting to the point of where things that don't scale were not scaling, and the time zone was just like killing me.
And you were not scaling, and you were not sleeping.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping, and like also just kicked off kind of my travels, and I was a bit like, well, why am I? This was meant to be like the big traveling trip, and I'm spending every day like working, and then I get to the weekend when I can finally do stuff, and all I want to do is sleep all day.
Yeah, it's hard on your relationship as well. I feel like we've gone through a very similar journey. Like I was the same. I would have a sales call that someone would book at like 9 p.m. our time, cancel dinner with my girlfriend, because like, babe, this is a really good opportunity.
Yeah.
And then they don't turn up.
Yeah.
And you sat there.
It's literally heartbreaking.
You sat there with your cock in your hand, like, fuck, what do I do? Like, and you'd have people message you like 10 minutes in, like, oh, sorry, I can't make it. Like, can we rearrange? And it's like, no, fuck you.
But this is
you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
You can't do
no, you can't. You have to smile and be like. There's been times though, like I had, like, Stripe, for whatever reason, didn't apply the coupon code.
Yeah.
And he messaged me and he's like, you guys didn't give me the discount. It was like $2.50.
Yeah.
Like, you guys didn't give me the discount. I want an instant refund. This is a shambles. Like, you guys should be embarrassed. And I just replied, I was like, first of all, it's Stripe. A person hasn't done that. That's not our decision. And also, like, you're speaking to a human.
Yeah.
You're lucky that I picked this up, not a member of my team, because I would be like actually worried. Like, I'd be worried for like, is my team member okay? I picked it up and I'm okay. I'm thick skinned.
Because you know that you're also like, when that happens to an employee, they start thinking did I do something
Yeah.
wrong? Like, and yeah, she's not in a position to put someone in.
Yeah, the other side of a chatbot reveals a lot about people, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like, honestly, how it's kind of like how you treat a waiter.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
how you treat it's how you treat a chatbot is how you treat like people in real life.
Oh yeah.
It's very reflective. I've actually made like loads of friends through our chatbot. Like I'm just like chatting to the people. Like,
What he does at night, just
like, and then I'll just like get them on WhatsApp and we'd like just chat every now and then. Like some people who are like doing like big numbers as well.
Yeah.
And they'll just give me like really good advice, and they'll just be like, yeah, this is
That's what you want.
Experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that in Australia, that was when it was really tough. But again, that's when we had again one of our best ever reviews from someone. Like I was literally just like on the train, like I was with my girlfriend who was being like super supportive at the time. I was just like on the train back, and I was just like spaced out, and I look at my phone, and then she was like, guys, like I've never had like a software company help me so much. Like all your content's amazing. You've reached out to help me.
Yeah.
I've just I've landed 6 clients. I could only take 2 of them on. So I'm quitting my job and I'm now running a lead gen agency. And like stuff like that is just like...
Yeah, keeps you going.
Yeah, like that's really cool stuff
Yeah.
like that. Especially with like, I think in sales.
Yeah.
If we get someone somewhere, like it's quite a big upside.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate, lads, I think it's just like incredible. I feel we're at very similar stages in terms of like
100%,
the market pull we're feeling at the SaaS business and like the challenges we face. And that's why I like doing this, right? Because there's not many SaaS founders out there.
Yeah.
No,
and like
not many bootstrapped ones either.
And certainly not that make it beyond, a certain level.
Yeah. It's been fucking class, lads. Where can they find you guys? Anyone listening that's got this far us chatting shit about SaaS?
Cool. So I think
Our souls have made it this far.
Yeah.
Twitter, LinkedIn.
Yeah. So probably just on my Twitter or LinkedIn, and that's Ryane SaaS, and then LinkedIn Ryane Tully.
So yeah, LinkedIn Patrick Menlove, and on Twitter it's Patrick with 2 A's, SaaS.
Yeah.
So
very clever.
that's us.
Yeah, smart guys. That E must catch so many people out on your name.
Oh mate, yeah.
Yeah.
I say this to everyone, but now even when someone tells me their name's Ryan, but spelled normally, I just automatically type in the E.
Like Ryan with the E, you're immediately thinking, where the fuck's the E?
I've had it replace the Y before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for listening, guys. Obviously, if you enjoyed this, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm Henry Purchase on Twitter, on Instagram, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Wicked lads.
Cheers.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm gagging for a piss.